Now, we're only a couple of months out from Civ 7, so we all know how Civ works pretty well, but one thing that I always struggle to convey to people when you want to play Deity or even harder on single player is you just gotta stack the modifiers. Things that stack, they work way better than you think. Golden Gate obviously is one of the biggest revelations we've had, but combat modifiers is something that people just don't stack enough. Like, you don't do it enough. I'm sorry, but you don't. And this is why. We're using a spy, we've got printing, we have Wars of Religion, we have a bunch of promotions, we have Defender of the Faith, and this field cannon has 70 strength. No, it doesn't. It has 114 strength. That is a plus 44 promotion. Plus 44. Yes, you read that correctly. 114 strength field cannon. You have to learn to stack your modifiers, because if you do, wonderful things happen. Yongle has no combat bonuses at all. Imagine what would be happening right now if we were playing as Aztec. Look at this. The artillery hasn't even been promoted yet, and we're already sat on a plus 12 bonus because we've got Defender of the Faith. Yes, that's right. Defender of the Faith being used to use artillery to knock the walls of a city away. It is so broken. That's just how it works, you know? That's just what we do. One attack onto Nagoya. A second attack there. Can the tank take the city? You better believe it can. And we've already, I know, got an Inquisitor just to convert it immediately, because we are diabolically evil with our advance. Plus 15 combat strength means that my cavalry can kill an anti-cavalry unit with ease. And now the tank. Now the tank arrives. 14 science on universities. Again, just stacking modifiers. Buying tanks in on the cheap. Again, stacking modifiers. I think this is why Civ 6 will always have a special place in my heart. It's such a fun game. You can take it in any direction you want, and there are so many ways to break it that are just so much fun. Anyway, I'm Daft has a source of oil and a source of coal, so we've picked up a ton of strategic resources just by taking this city. So we'll get the builders to come down now, start taking it over again. Fantastic pickup. Artillery strike on Kyoto. Wabam. Renaissance walls? What Renaissance walls? I don't see any. And this is about to get even spicier than it was before. Oh yeah. Here's Eiffel. I could use Eiffel to rush the Eiffel Tower, but I think I'm going to use all charges on the Golden Gate because I can. And Deja Vu's done a really good job about rushing all that in. We've got 200 production onto the Golden Gate as well. I reckon Eiffel should be able to finish that one. The artillery continues to thump, doing huge damage. In fact, Kyoto's walls have now disintegrated to the point they don't really function as walls anymore, and my tank can just drive in. The capital's taken. It's already population 10. That's exactly the right number. Widget, get the walls up. I will admit, I did pillage a little bit in this city. There might be a touch to repair, but I think it'll be fine. Just cover up the worst of the damage with some sticky tape, and I don't think anyone's going to notice. I really don't. Oh, plus the religion's here as well. Excellent. 2 bombers to the front lines. Go on then. I think Sendai needs to have its walls removed. Spies. This is the problem about having so many friends as opposed to allies, is spies will start to invade my land. Never mind. Later in the game, there's stuff we can do about that. For now, we're just gonna have to smile and put up with it. Communism time. Maybe communism will help. Communism always helps. That's what I've been told. 122 strength bombers. Of course, they can just remove the walls in one tap. Let's remove this city briefly. Steel walls will spring into existence super quickly, and Sendai will be taken by this little cheeky tank. And then it is just a little quest. A quest to Nagano, which I think is a quest we should very easily be able to make. Oh, I got a settler. Look at this. I can steal settlers and continue to settle. The Great Barrier Reef would be a fun one. Improved sea resources. We get extra gold. I actually don't have many sea resources. That is a slight flaw to this plan. I'm a very landlocked empire. A very landlocked empire. Oh, I love railroad. It's such a good thing that Civ 7 isn't incorporating it so heavily. It's one of my favorite mechanics. It really does show you just how powerful technology can make your empire later into the game. Things just start shuttling around the map. I love it. It's so enabling. It makes you feel so powerful. Replaceable parts. Better farms across my empire. Good for food. Salty Tech has now joined the 10 population empire. Nimble is also almost there now. It's really cool when you've got 253 population and most of it is giving you leisure bonuses. Might as well unlock rocketry now. Artillery 1 says goodbye and Artillery 2 says goodbye. And then we've taken the city of Nagano Nagano and Sendai at the same time. Yeah, my spy got relocated, but that's fine. We're going to actually keep Japan in the game here, so we'll wait until we can offer them peace in 4 turns, but my army is now going to start making a move towards Byzantium. Let's expand in this direction and do some renaming whilst we're at it. Frankenstein's battle sword is going to focus on getting a holy side up and running as quickly as possible, as is Takamoth Damage, who already followed my religion, which is very handy, as hopefully does Red Mandrake. No, might need a little more persuasion in this city, but luckily we have persuasion on hand. Excellent. And aluminium in this city. Even better. Let's drop a spy in Portugal. Again, no real reason, just, you know, for future. The power of communism. Liberal communism, to be precise. I'm actually not convinced that's doing me much at the moment, but public works, logistics, wars of religion, invention, all of these are good cards. Let's add in collectivization to make our internal trade routes even better. You know, I think I will keep liberalism in for a second. No, I won't. I'm going to put in skyscrapers. Forced modernization will go in. Got a couple of upgrades round the corner. If you were concerned, oh, you've hit the wonderful 10 population. Actually, we've hit 700 science per turn all of a sudden. How do we do that? Don't ask. Just accept. Now science foundations for the better engineering card. Goddard is good. We could do with a better Alvar Alto-esque engineer. That's what I'm thinking anyway. Look at this chain of military engineers we've got going now. Yes, railroad to the front line. Byzantium is at war with the Ottomans. That's my military ally. Oh, you're going to regret being at war with my military ally, let me tell you. Nobody puts Empress in the corner. That's unfortunately not true. Oh no, Byzantium has some warriors. Everyone just take a moment. Make sure we're ready for this war. This could be brutal. Bomber says hello, and on the first turn of the war, we simply take a city. We need more religious conversion thinking about it. Where are my Inquisitor force? Here they are. Yes, to the front line with you. Blow up the walls with bombers, as it should be. Eiffel is now in position to boost Golden Gate. Oh, and you're doing it wonderfully. Just a fun thing about having such crazy appeal numbers, by the way. This is a +6 tile. If you do go and build Alcazars on the tile, the science you get from them is really silly. I reckon we can get a ridiculous Alcazar in this city on a tile I'm not working. Let's keep an eye out. I think this is going to be great fun. I mean, admittedly, I want to put woods down to make the national parks better, but we'll keep an eye out for this ridiculousness because I think it's hilarious. I'm now starting to move my internal trade routes into my capital because I'm getting 17 faith per turn from each one. We're going to start building the production up in this city to get the spaceport down. Oh, also I have more bombers. Did I mention I have more bombers? I've got more bombers. This helps because bomber's good. Bomber's very good. Yes. So 2 cities taken, and a banana. You just need to fix everything that's going on in this city, but a campus and a theatre square makes you a very valuable addition to the nation. Barad-dûr has about 7 million source of horse. I won't ask how you got all the horse. We'll just say thank you for the horse, and please can I have other yields as well. Thessalonica, that's a strong city. Again, it's unfortunate that I have such a ridiculous amount of combat modifiers. There's not a lot that Byzantium can do to stop this flattening. England has denounced me. What a shame. All tiles in my civilization gain 2 appeal. Alcazars are going to start being built everywhere just because they can. If we have a look at this city now, you'll see the national parks are 27, 24, 44, and 39, and we can now build a national park there just in the middle of the random snow. Of course we can. It's worth 19 tourism, but keep an eye on that because next turn it may get better. Research lab gives me nuclear program. Science foundations, in you go. I wish this government was slightly better, just for diplomatic and wildcard policy slots, but never mind. Liberalism goes in as well. I know, by the way, I'm taking a small tourism penalty by drifting out of a tier 2 government, but honestly, with the amount of tourism we're able to produce, I'm just not worried about that. We'll find a way, you know? We'll find a way. Constantinople, Thessalonica, both of these are super strong, but let's take Constantinople first. I've changed my mind as to the first target here. In come the tanks of love. Why are they the tanks of love? It's because they love to tank around. I wonder if I can just brute force this one. They're attacking with a little bit of combat strength. I think if we buy ourselves an observation balloon in Barad-dûr, now I can just remove a little bit of the walls, and we should be able to do this. 1 attack, 2 attack, 3 attack, and maybe 4 question? No. The cavalry can do it. There we are. Lovely stuff. Another capital simply falls. There's nothing it can do. It just must accept that now it is part of my grand nation. Odessa and Syria. Oh, that's 2 aluminium, 3 aluminium all in one go. I'm really glad we came here. That's very handy. I'm very glad we took the stop here. Anyway, Nimble, time for a harbor. You've hit the 10 population club. Congrats. This may have been a stolen Japanese settler, but it doesn't mean it's not a wonderful city. Silver, there's a lot of floodplain here and some galleys to blow up, but I think you're capable of controlling both. Oh no, Japan has switched to oligarchy. What are we going to do? Panic stations, everyone. I lost control of Geneva in the middle of the war as well. Oh no. I'm not going to vote too much on these because I want to keep my deploy favor in case emergencies pop up, but Nobel Prize in Physics sounds brilliant. I would love trade routes and I'd love culture bombs. Let's just see what goes through, shall we? Oh well, we're gonna have a little bit of a distraction because Golden Gate is finished. 3 amenities, all tiles in the city gain 4 appeal, and 100% tourism from all improvements and national parks in the city. Just watch my tourism. We were on 251, now we're on 575, and we've barely even touched this city. Just look at the appeal of the tiles. 12, we've got 8, 7, 15, big numbers, big appeal numbers here. 126 tourism, 112, 70, 80, 94. We'll keep improving the city where we can, but it was just a fun little side project, you know? I'm just obsessed with it now. Oh, Bristol has flipped and is going to join me at some point as well. I think everyone wants to just be part of my empire here. Triple bomber strike on Thessalonica because they all have Defender of the Faith. Of course they do. Why wouldn't they? That's just how Defender of the Faith works. 1 attack, 2 attacks. It's mine. Push, keep pushing. So Major TJ King Kong is again going to fix some stuff, but we are on the cusp of being able to get coal power in this city, which is going to turn this whole area into a very useful space very quickly. Expanding to the top left because again, more aluminium. Guberville, this one's yours. Get the whole site down. We're not after appeal or adjacency. We're just after cheap, not having to spend the gold. Meanwhile, over here, Alex Frost, again, you have an amazing set of beautifully built up districts. The huge gains I'm making by taking all of this land. Extra tourism from computers. Here's Goddard. Super fast space. And there's Alto. 2 more appeal for every tiles. In a city once you use both charges. This is going to make my parks a lot better. To Byzantium, I must simply say, thanks a lot for all of your land. I will be taking this. I can finally make peace with Japan, which I will do by bankrupting them. Thank you. Friendship? Oh, worth a try. He might actually lose now to loyalty, which would be a really good thing because then I can liberate him and then he'll forget all about my sins. Probably. Probably. Look at all this beautiful artillery that's all lined up, all with wars of religion again, which is amazing considering I'm not actually stood in a city that has my religion. Again, sometimes wars of religion just does not work as you expect it to, and you just have to smile and say it's probably fine. It's probably as the game intended. Whilst all the way, you know that it absolutely is not. Couldn't be any weirder if it tried. It really couldn't. Oh, I love this. Byzantium threw a scout in to kill one of my drones that I'd left unescorted, and it just wiped all the religion out in the area. That is a very clever play. Sure, the scout is now dead. Like, you know, that's dead, but it's really annoying. It's wiped all the religion I just spread out. Never mind. A recent news article revealed that Odessa is facing a siege. You don't say. You don't say. That's some Paul level of information, that. Cheers, game. I never would have figured that one out. Sometimes you have to question the game, don't you? You're like, why do you think this is like really interesting news for me? Oh well, new Inquisitor force is going to make its way to the front line now. Goddard, boost to rocketry. I've been holding off rocketry just to get that boost because it's 50% of the tech and it's wonderful. We'll get that. We'll get combined arms. We'll get plastics. 3 really good techs there. You can see we're on 55 compared to 48, 46. We're starting to pull ahead now. My first stadium, which means I can start to build possibly my favorite wonder of the game. Yes, that's right. University of St. Estadio. Sorry, I couldn't help it. 10 turns on that. That's fine. Let's get that going as soon as we can, please. Another city down in the south, again with a beautiful university. We're about to punch over 1,000 science per turn with all this conquered land. I think Antioch is the city I'm going to leave behind. Again, 4 turns. This is 6 turns we've taken to take all of this land. It hasn't felt like it has taken much. I'll be honest with you, there have been harder conquerings, but I'm kind of relieved about that in a weird way. Oh, that city's not not even loyal. Oh, I have to chop some stuff out, I think. Parla, you've got rainforest, you've got marsh, you've got rice. There's a lot to work with here. You can pick this up. Less sweat, 3 aluminium in this city. That's the all focus for now. Just pump this all online. You can get so many bombers, it'll be ridiculous. Serendipity. Housing is the main problem in this city, but with Feed the World, that should be pretty easy to conquer. In Portland, look at all of these olives. Get these in as quickly as you can. My capital has an aquatic center. Now it's super happy, but I need a spaceport. 12 turns for that, 159 production. We're starting to be able to run trade routes in and out of this city, though. That will speed up very quickly. And now I've taken all this land. I'm having to ask myself, do I even really need the Portuguese land? I kind of like the idea of just settling with what I've got for a little bit and making sure that it's all really worked. I need it to be perfect. I need it to be all improved, all in place, so the builder's in the right place. I'm going to actually just make sure that we're using what we've got really well first before we expand out any further. A strange plan for me. I know, because normally I just aggressively expand all the time, but I quite like this approach. Oh, it's a +6 campus in the middle of the ring of mountains. We've got 2 of them available. Oh, the perfect game. It truly is the perfect game, and I love it. Acquisitors are killing random units for religion spreading. Yes, everyone must follow my religion. They must. It's the best religion, and we all know it. That's 1,000 science, by the way. Turn 183. We have definitely upticked well in this game. I'm proud of that. I always find in these late stages of the game, my gold always ends up going towards amenity boosting because it just gives such crazy yields on everything. I don't think I mentioned this, but I believe I have some sources of uranium. That's under a holy site, which is why it's glowing so much. There's some there. That's in Rapa Nui. We might have to culture bomb or maybe liberate that source. That's under an aqueduct. So we have 2 sources with 1 easily obtainable and another one with sort of medium difficulty obtainable. That's fine. I think we should celebrate by going to nuclear fission. Military emergency. No. 6 votes down on that one. We should be able to shut it out, hopefully, because the world is mostly scared with me. Yeah, there you go. I didn't need to throw quite that much into it, but we did, and I'm happy we did. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and now my power plants provide a lot more production. I'm daft, has 10 population. Join the club. It's random featureless snow. What happens if I build an Alcazar here? 4 science. It's absolutely ridiculous. Diplomatic visibility with other civilizations. That's +3 combat strength for the rest of the game. Amazing. That's a good peace deal. Byzantium, very good. Now we can get rid of some of these grievances. I took over her entire empire and he got 200 grievances. That's it. Oh, I love Golden Ages. Golden Age wars are just the best. Cristo Redentor. If I was going to put seaside resorts down now, well, now they work doubly well, which is very good. Satellites has been done. I forced that through. I could have built 2 broadcast centers, but I couldn't be bothered to get that much gold. Let's now go to nanotech again. 2 aerodromes. I just haven't been bothered to build them. I probably should have done, but never mind. I finally finished my religion. It's taken me quite some time to do that. Pagodas would be fun. Pure faith, mosque. Let's just get 1 mosque. That's all I need, and then I can pray units out really cheaply and lots of charges. This is the railroad situation, by the way. Not every single city is connected, and not every rail is totally logical, but a lot of my empire is now connected up. We just got to keep going. This isn't enough. It's never enough, you know? But that's fine. We know that we don't have a railroad problem, and that's the most important thing, you know? People think, oh, Ursa, you've got a problem, and we know, no, that's not true. I just really like railroad, and that's fine. The spies that insist on taking this industrial zone out can literally, they can die in a hole. I do not care for them at all. Of all the things to do in my nation, it's the most annoying one, because I'm trying to build a stadio, all right? It's like they know I'm trying to build a stadio. Fine, you know what? I'm going to go cut this out because I can. Here's Alvar. So this is 2 appeal for every tile in deep fried lasagna. It was an appealing lasagna before, but now it'll be even more appealing. They all fall to me eventually. Bristol, 10 population city. I own the Yogscast now. And they're giving me Yongle bonuses. Amazing. All I need is my religion in this city, and Feed the World will actually get added to it. So railroad the Inquisitors at hyper speed. It's going to be wonderful. Just the casual tourism is starting to climb up as well. This is just 1 city, and I'm already about a fifth of the way to a tourism victory. We haven't even really pushed this very far. This is going to get so much worse. I mean, look at this. 782, bam. We'll go up in a second. Once it's worked out, the appeal of all of these tiles is even higher. And yeah, there's uranium over here. I didn't even realize that. 837, that's about 70 extra tourism. That's wild. That's absolutely wild. 20 population city. What a capital. What a place. What an experience. And I could theory get Amundsen Scott into my empire now. Trading is good for a few extra late game boosts. We'll pop you in. Guidance system, nuclear fusion, stealth tech, really good boosts those. Another boost of appeal. Just a casual nice plus 16 going into 17 tile now. Yes, lovely. The Alcazar has 5 science on it. Beautiful. Dan Cave, welcome to the 10 club. Build yourself. Oh, did we get a harbor to celebrate? No. Much more important if you build a water park to celebrate, because the happiness must go. Denounced by Japan. What could they have possibly done? They're barely in this game. I don't know. I didn't even notice them there. Actually, we might need to bring down a couple of tanks to come and liberate this city in a second. Estadio. 6 culture in every city. 2 amenities in every city. One of the best late game wonders. It's sort of like the win faster wonder. You don't really end up building it unless you're winning anyway, but goodness me, now I am winning much, much faster than before. Integrated space cell will help me with my space projects in my capital. Resource management gets me a bit more oil because we're beginning to chug through that pretty heavily now. Now down to social media. I think the tourism output might be quite fun from trade routes because a bunch of people are trading with me, like Gran Colombia, England, Portugal. It's free tourism. I might as well up to 894 now. It helps when each park is giving me 172. Okay, sure. I'm so glad we found this. I wouldn't call it an exploit, but this little quirk of the game before it finished. Before we left for Civ 7, I'm glad we really truly understood the powers of the Golden Gate Bridge, because I don't think anyone truly did until White and Nerdy exposed it. The internal trade route to my capital, by the way, is now 12 food and 7 production. I'm not really using them anymore because they're now all going from my capital, but it is a lot of fun. And also because we're not Vissel banking or using democracy, nobody else gets the benefits as well. They're all for me. Alex Frost, welcome to the 10 Club. So many cities are now there. Vinickerman, you too. Oh, everyone. Everyone's joining in. Isn't it lovely? So we already have Goddard rocking 40% extra production on space projects. We've got 20% extra on amenities, and then another 15% from integrated space cell. So we're rocking 75% bonus production. Well, all of these steps, Earth satellite is 3 turns, and that's going to discover us quite a bit of the map. I'm saving my envoys for that stage because I think it's going to be quite useful. Predictive systems, in case we wanted to get biosphere, that's very helpful now. Sarah Breedlove, 25% bonus tourism on trade routes. Yes. Very handy indeed. Or did I say 3-turn Earth satellite? Turns out it was a 2-turn. Okay, apparently it wasn't quick enough, and I sort of respect that. And here we go. We are into space, and we're gonna hopefully... Oh man, I should have actually got candy on side before doing this. Never mind. Mato, Mossy, Namib. Remember, Terra Mirabilis mod is adding some of these wonders like Victoria, Bioluminescent Bay, Salar, Vidfort, the Icelandic one that no one can pronounce, Mount Everest. There they all go. Oh, imagine if we'd just taken candy. Actually, they would have taken more envoys than I had. Sorry, Raj. Diplomatic League is going to come in temporarily. Collective activism is so strong as well. We need to get off this government as fast as possible and go to digital democracy. 1 turn into environmentalism is quite fun. Let's do that first. Look at the map though. So we can see England. Well, now that they've lost 2 cities to me from loyalty, they've kind of attempted to settle out, but haven't really done a great job. Gaul has spread out okay, and it looks like they're going left now. Australia, very poor effort at settling. Ottomans have done okay. Egypt only has 5 cities, which is incredible. Wow. Arabia is doing okay. Germany. Yeah, you know what? This is the thing about not having Roman Holidays AI on. Roman Holidays AI makes it so difficult, but it does make the AI spread out a little more. Gran Colombia have really packed in their cities there, haven't they? Yeah, no one is anywhere near me. No one is anywhere near my level of sprawl. We're over twice as big on score as the next person. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Let's try and get biosphere by building a neighborhood and then having biosphere on the river there. Whilst my capital could go moon landing, but I'm gonna just rush this through a little bit by first going Royal Society and then going moon landing, because Super Stevo is printing builders and those will help. Pingala didn't even have space initiative. Oh, I do apologize. What was I doing? Red Mandrake has 10 population. Excellent stuff. 1,164 tourism now. I reckon we're probably picking up 4 or 5 tourists per turn, something like that. Mali is the leader here, but Mali isn't getting a huge amount. I mean, we're not really rushing this like we could, but we'll keep an eye on it. Maybe we can do something hilarious here. 2 more join the 10 club. Leswit, Shulak. Both want to see you do great things with this newfound power. And I think Mexico City, 1, 2, 3, which we'll put 4 in. Now that will give me extended range on my water parks, my entertainment complexes, my industrial zones. It's going to make my empire a lot happier than it was. Okay, this is a moment of genuine pride for me. Deep fried lasagna has been unable to get a 12 food, 7 production route to my capital for this entire game, mainly because of how far north it is. However, now I'm able to do it, as you can see. Why? Because it's driving over the Golden Gate Bridge. Look at that majesty. If that's not worth a like on this video, I don't know what is. Oh, it's glorious. I'm trying to get the city to 10 population so that the culture starts working on this ring. Need as many tiles as we can get, because 207 tourism on a national park just isn't enough. It's just not enough. Statue of Liberty was built because I didn't want anyone else getting the diplomatic victory points. Deja Vu now has the neighborhood, so I think the first charge of Shah is going to be used in this city to start and finish it as quickly as possible. Time for digital democracy. I'd like every single one of my cities to be really, really happy. Yes, I could get the extra power, which would be good, but the negative 10% tourism I don't think would help me right now, because all of my tourism is coming from national parks today, which is slightly different than usual. It's not a pure biosphere build, you know? It's not purely that. In goes collective activism and online communities. All of the tourism. All of the tourism, please. Might as well build a rock band. I kind of normally refuse to use them, just on ethical grounds. But, you know, it was a boost. It kind of makes sense. Pingala was neutralized from the city. I love spies. I love them so much. They're so much fun. There's robotics and distributed sovereignty. So we're going to go now to digital democracy. I think that makes sense of it. We are going to be stepping away from a little bit of production on my trade routes, but I can replace the production with a different card. Yeah, collectivization's good, but we have the e-commerce card now. So I think it still makes sense to move off it. It's just a better government. Yeah, let's do it. Integrated space cell, online communities. Now we're going to put in e-commerce, liberalism, Republican legacy, communist legacy, International Space Agency, and gunboat diplomacy. There's smart materials, there's off-world mission, there's future tech. We have everything that a growing empire needs, and we might actually get all the projects unlocked before turn 102. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Let's make this race a little more interesting though by finishing biosphere. 200 power for all offshore wind farms, solar farms, wind farms, geothermal plants, and hydroelectric dams. So this will give me a bunch more tourism from all of these improvements that I'm starting to stick around the map. Japan did remove themselves from the game, but only I get to decide when Japan is allowed to go. Oh, actually, Japan had this city from Gran Colombia. Interesting. Okay, I'll liberate it to them. That's okay. So Japan isn't in the game. That is hilarious. Australia loved that. Oh well. We don't need that tourism. We're still doing fine. Every single city in my empire is ecstatic, by the way. Very good. Very good to see. Moon landing. Huge culture boost. Second project is now finished. And we've just unlocked the third and fourth projects. Korolev is still annoyingly far away. We should be able to rush that very soon. Global warming mitigation and a bunch of envoys. Well, that's just lovely to see. I'm going to dump 2 into Mexico City just for my power plants to do a little more in my capital. Yes. No, I haven't scooped all these tiles up into my capital. There was another 30 production I could have got there. Crazy. Great Zimbabwe. I'd forgotten I'd built this one. Look, I've got an extra trade route. Are you proud of me? Are you proud of me? I'm even starting to trade with people that are giving me extra tourism as well. Look, that's to Mali. I'm not saying that certain cities are favorites of mine, but Onion Possum with 1 uranium and 3 sources of oil. This is a good city. This city's making me a lot of money. Orion flooding the world with uranium, but he's selling to everyone. I'd never do something so drastically unsafe, would I? Oh wait, that's right, I would. Pingala was just neutralized again. You know what? Everyone has been going after Deja Vu, not my capital. I indeed am sure it will be fine. I don't know why, but it is. Just accept it. Accept that the sacrifice of Deja Vu is enough. Keeps everyone else safe. Future Tech, Future Civic, turn 202. Just a Yongle problem. Oh dear. I feel like for the first time, I've really cracked how you should be playing him. This has been a successful game. It just all seems to be making sense all of a sudden, you know? Just really does. So this is a trade route to Phoenicia and a trade route to Gaul. So we've actually got trade routes with quite a few people now. Arabia will be an easy one to pick up, as will Byzantium. We'll just keep working on it. Poor old Byzantium. I'm going to take every single one of your tourists. Still have 115. It's just a shame that Japan was strangely knocked out of the game. I don't know how it happened. It just seemed to be gone. It's total mystery. Mars colony. Off to Mars we go. 19 turns to the tourism victory. This is going to be very close, actually. We shall continue to race this as soon as we can. Exoplanet, 5 turns. I reckon we can boost that a little bit. Yep, 4 turns already. We've got more builders on the way. There is the exoplanet expedition. The countdown now starts. Can we one-turn the projects? No, we cannot one-turn the projects. That is annoying, but we've got a lot of aluminium. Should be able to speed this up in time. You can see right now. Okay, that did boost it. So as long as we have an almost infinite supply of builders, which is going to cost me about 1,200 per turn, we should be able to one-turn it. That's good. So the projects go up one by one. To space, we say. We won the Nobel Prize, which means we're going to get a lot more resources in per turn, and a lot of people now in Dark Ages, including Byzantium. That's unfortunate. We'll pick to arms again. No, Heartbeat of Steam. Thinking to arms would be really useful, but to be honest with you, we're just spacing really hard right now. Another Lagrange station goes into the sky, and I just managed to push through 4 victory points for myself in the latest Congress because I got Statue of Liberty. Look at that, 7 turns. Got more points than you'd think. Done all right. Now Korolev can also send space stations to, well, space, I guess. Off they go. Only Sweden is actually also in space. That's how far ahead we've got. New Age as well, which means we need era score. But luckily for me, well, there's quite a few places that are going to help me to make some era score. I mean, look at how many national parks I can make. Sometimes trade routes boggle me entirely. Like, why can I trade all the way through to Ethiopia here, but not to Arabia? Like, how is that a thing? There's even a road that's already been built. Just follow the road. Same with Sweden. Like, I swear I should be able to reach that. Oh, never mind. It's where you miss being Mongolia and having basically infinite length trade routes. Well, this is going to be close, you know. 6 turns on this. 9 light years per turn. Oh, this is going to be really close because I'm still building the tourism up. This is going to be very close. Very close. And in the end, it was the science victory that won, although the culture victory was like 3 turns away. Didn't quite get to Augustus Caesar, but I think another war would have got us there. Buildings are big. Cities captured. Big. But I did wait until my empire was ready. We founded way more cities than anyone else. Constructed way more than anyone else. And look at our culture. We took the lead about turn 110. Science was about 120. Faith was about 120. Gold was about 110. Score was about 120. I mean, we really did accelerate into this game quite considerably. Built a lot of wonders towards the end of it. Units killed. A lot. Units lost. I did actually lose some units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units all game. Oh dear. And there's the religion founded. I was nipped to the religion by Stonehenge, which was a little bit unfortunate. I need to start rushing Stonehenge again. I never look for it in a start. But we're just about to push 500 population, and Lijia with Yongle is as powerful as it's ever been. Weirdly, the science and culture is good, but I find it's the gold. This gold is giving me about 1,000 per turn. And it means that I can focus all of my trade routes internally pretty much and not worry that I'm losing out. So it's just, I think that is underrated in the ability. Sure, the science and culture is really good, but the gold is absolutely massive. Hey, if you think that I have actually managed to, for once, get the hang of Yongle with this 215 culture science victory, why don't you leave the video a like and subscribe to the channel and all that wonderful stuff. You want to be subscribed. You want to see what the channel's doing over the next couple of months? We've got some really fun things on the way. Thank you everybody who watches. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye. And finally, a very special shout out goes to Glorious Petra, Matthew Wilkinson, Paul Coffey, Portland, Clint Hennis, The Nickerman, Daddy Bear Todd, Toon General, Kappa Yobby Virani, The Uncivil Engineer, Lillian, Radiatore, Technology Poet, Poppy Dude, Scott Stratton, Major King Kong, Skeptical Bear, Cinnamon Beard, Private Selection, Genoa Salami, Callum Billy, Garrett Gowan, El Truant, Creston, RB Hedge, Mushkin Mandletort, Burial, I'm Daft, Gooberman, Dr. Bobby, Mixomatosis, NTG Golfman, Indigenous 68, Teddy Zursa, Zaf, Barnaby Rex, Charlie Bears, Flying Dutch Burbs, Nate the Great, Alex Frost, Mean Penguin, Interplanet Janet, Frankincense Battlezord, Bookaluk 79, Bob Loblaw, Geography Teacher, Juvara, Morax, Sinikush, Echo Bear, Deja Fu, Kovuwu, Legally Trash, Is This Live, Minnow, Sorted Dutch, Rad Bickley, Shadow of Gaia, Flower Power Bear, Dan Jamo, Buster Blader, Bob Tway, Toddler, Abstract Fun, Slither Alley. Thank you everyone for your support. Goodbye.